Francisco. The heavy ocean air, the barking seals, the thieving seagulls, and your hand on my shoulder. We were looking at the camera, standing on the side of a steep sloping hill with a big red bridge behind us. We were happy for a weekend. In the picture, my body is curled into yours, arms clasped tightly around your waist. And I remember just moments before that picture was taken, you told me that if I ever gained weight, you'd break up with me. You look swollen, proud, handsome, cocky, and safe. I look terrified, in love, a little sunburned, and a lot wrapped up in and around you. I remember Detroit. The heavy winter air, the barking dogs, the best Middle Eastern food I have ever eaten, and your hand on my shoulder, telling me that you were leaving to go see your ex-girlfriend who just the week before had called me in the middle of the night, threatening to burn my house down. I screamed, you sneered, I left, I came right back. You left, you came back hours later smelling like her. You told me I should be grateful that you came back at all. And I was. I remember Boston. The heavy city air, the parking pigeons, and your hand on my shoulder. As we walked through the historical houses like a zombie, because just the night before you had drank too much again, called me names again, and then passed out half in and half out of the bathroom, so that I ended up dragging you across the hotel room floor to bed again. In the morning, when you woke, it was as if nothing had happened. You told me to go get you a bagel. And I did. I remember Vienna. The heavy history in the air, the barking tourists, and standing in a vineyard where Mozart had been. And yet sobbing because I just couldn't understand why you couldn't love me. I was in a place of so much history and beauty, and yet I didn't contemplate my place in this world, my hopes for my future. Instead, I got drunk on wine and my insatiable need for you. I remember a hotel room, but not the city. I remember drinking but not passing out. I remember kissing you, but not having sex. I woke up in a fog to you sitting on the corner of the bed, looking over your shoulder at me. My body felt different, wrong. I asked you what had happened. I said, I remember kissing you, but nothing else. And you said, with a sly smile and a snide aside, that you only finished what I had started. You blamed me. And I blamed myself for 20 years for being raped, because that's how long it's taken me to call it what it was. I remember driving home from the airport, my hands on the steering wheel. It was dark. I was crying hard. It was raining hard. And I remember thinking that if I were to just turn the wheel a little bit, that I would hydroplane into one of the giant cement supports of the underpass, and it could all be over. That I could be free of you, free of myself. Instead, I drove home and called you. I remember sitting in my apartment, clutching the phone, dialing your number, swallowing hard, and telling you that I wanted out. You cried. You said you loved me. You said you wouldn't live without me. You threatened to slit your wrists if I left. I cried. I apologized. apologized, and I hung up. I remember when I was finally able to walk away from you. You said that somehow we would find our way back to each other. And I remember thinking that I never wanted you to find me again. And instead I found a therapist who helped me find the holes in my heart that had caved in and decayed. I remember realizing that in a way I had chosen you. That I had drowned myself in you as a way to escape my painful past. I also remember realizing that I could choose the opposite of the hurt and the abuse and the insults and the drunkenness and the blindness and the darkness, that I could choose myself. I remember somebody telling me that forgiveness is like an onion. Oh, and I remember forgiving you every time a new layer of decay was peeled away from my heart. And then one day, I just let go of the need to forgive you again. And instead, I forgave myself. And with that forgiveness, the truth of what I know heals the scars of what I remember. I know that you were and are an addict of alcohol and power. I know that while I chose to sit in your shadow, I was never to blame for the darkness. I know that love is not abuse, and abuse is never love. I know that my body is not currency to be bartered, spent, or stolen. And I know that no matter what you took from me, that I am whole. And while I have spent the majority of the last 20 years believing in my powerful place in this world, sometimes the old decay reappears when I remember. And throwing these words into that darkness lets me let you go again. Saying the things I never said, the truth I never told, the secrets that I kept, and the joy that I have found in reclaiming what has always already been mine.
Sorry.